on my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on. Must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win? That's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. With a stiff on, spin move, in zone, scope. From sideline to touchdown, I put on the show.
Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Taysom Hill and the Tennessee Titans versus Lamar Jackson and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, their quarterback in his 4th NFL season out of BYU, it's Taysom Hill.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Hill. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his 3rd season now from Louisville, it's Lamar Jackson.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do.
Leonard Fournette on the carry.
Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later.
Down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Jackson's pass.
27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
27 on the play.
Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been.
Down at the 14-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Leonard Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents. We've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 27, Hill on the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Jones.
Jones again, the ball carrier.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him, because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. $11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 12. First down, Jacksonville.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down, Jaguars.
From the gun, Jackson being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
6.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Again, the ball carrier.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing again on second down. Hill over the middle here to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
This is Jones. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, again to Jones. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
The 42-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40.
He'll try the air now with Hill. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll run it with Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. A big reason why they've been so successful. This defense hasn't been able to contain him when he gets outside of the pocket.
So true, and that's when it's really difficult because defensively you can have a game plan and try and account for all the things you've seen on tape, the way that they run their plays, even his running. But when it's a play where you just can't really say, okay, that's how the play's supposed to go, what they call broken plays, that's when the X and O doesn't work. That's when their Jimmy is better than your Joe.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Not much there, only a yard.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Jaguars.
From the gun, Jackson. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to first and 10.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
On 2nd and 10, Hill over the middle. He's got Watkins. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
50 seconds to life.
Out of the gun, Hill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Under coach. 55, mark out, 55. Here we go. Here we go. Go. Here we go. Come on. 55,
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, this will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, Jackson, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jimmy Graham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And it is now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Rodrigo Blankenship.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home, Raymond James Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Mike Williams, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. The Giants were losers in their opener, trying to get back on level footing as they lead on the road. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Fournette, a first down carry. And they'll have it in the red
zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Yes, sir. Leonard Fournette has a well-deserved reputation as a physical, powerful runner. He's going to drop a shoulder and run over people time and time again. I think he uses it to his advantage, though. How about that last run? Set him up, looked like he's going to drop the hammer, but gave a little wiggle, a little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Left the defender right there in his wake.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And the Jags are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On the delay, Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Blankenship out for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Third down.
Hill on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson.
Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Play action. Now Jackson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Graham. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40.
Jimmy Graham.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Down, Jaguars.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Quick slant to Brown.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Marquise Brown.
It's a gain of 34.
First and goal, Jacksonville.
And Jackson throwing once more. Flush to his right. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 2nd and goal from the 1. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are pouring it on.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
Nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Let's go, team. Big series right now.
Hill on first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just locked into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He's going to Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hill. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing again on second down. Hill. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts...
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 7-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler.
They're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
2-yard line.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. I'll call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. In his 14th NFL season. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And throw right side complete to Parker. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory.
Complete to Devontae Parker.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen. It's the time.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd, Hill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
41-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Looking sideline, incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. That'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action with Jackson. Got him right. It's caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Blankenship out for the point after.
Extra point.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
5-yard line.
Here's the Jaguars defense as they get ready to set up shop. They did their job coming into the hostile environment, doing what needed to be done to get the W.
And that has to feel great because all during the week, that's one of the goals that they talked about. Going on the road, making that stadium their own, establishing themselves in the game. Give them credit. They got all of those things done.
Yeah, both sides of the football did their job in this one. To throw again on 2nd down. Hill. It's complete to Brown, right side.
Complete to Jones.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 5.
I'm going back to you. Like 13.
Hill. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Matt Weil now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. A 4th quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. No problem for the Steelers. They have opened that lead up a bit further. Jared Goff, he was the story there with 4 touchdown passes. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
He's not going to get me.
Here's Hill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Now here's Ross.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.